Welcome back to the Colts Cast. I am Eric Smith, and alongside me is Jamal Lawrence, your host of the Colts Cast. Jamal, I got one real quick question for you. Why do you hate Jacoby Brissett?
Here we go. So first, before we even get started, I apologize about the mess behind me. I'm packing on myself to make my way back to Indy tomorrow. Packing on my stuff, leaving SC. But more importantly than that, yes, I saw some of the comments and everything. So just to be crystal clear about this, I wasn't saying that Jacoby was a failure while in Indianapolis. Let's be really clear. I was making a comment in regards to the amount of quarterbacks Chris Ballard has had during this tenure, and I, obviously I was spitballing names. There were more like 12 total quarterbacks, I believe, leading into before this year. I'm not going to go down the list of all the names because you can look that up yourself. But because
you still ain't tell me why you hate him.
I don't hate Jacoby Brissett. I think Jacoby was fine. He wasn't ever going to be QB1, and I think we all know that. So I don't agree that I hate Jacoby Brissett because I never said that. I just had to throw another quarterback name out there to prove my point that Ballard has that quarterback at the quarterback.
I just love throwing shade on you to start the episode. That's how we got to do it.
I know you like to get people rowdy. He gets the people going.
AFC South, inception 2002. How many championships do the Indianapolis Colts have, Jamal?
Tell me.
9, the most in the AFC South. Houston Texans 8, Tennessee Titans 4, Jacksonville Jaguars 2. Look, we still have the most AFC South championships by far. That could very well change if the Texans win in 2025. But look, Jamal, like it's a fierce division, I will say. No matter how competitive or playoff contenders, how many playoff contenders we have in the division, it seems like it's always somebody new every year, except the Indianapolis Colts, because last time we won it was 2014. That's been some time.
Pre-Ballard sounds like.
Hey, chill.
Oh, Paul, go ahead. Keep talking.
Man, you want to make it a Ballard episode so bad. So, Jamal, let's talk about it. We got NFL schedules coming out in a few weeks, so we'll know who we're racking up against when we play these AFC South teams. Let's get the fireworks going. Where do we rank? I mean, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans, Tennessee Titans. Where do we rank in that?
I mean, according to last year, we ranked second. I've saw some articles even that were posted as far back as January that were already saying that leading into this year, Colts are going to be the front runner for the AFC South. Obviously, I mean, those are early predictions. Obviously, there are a couple more coming out now post draft saying that, hey, we are still in that position, whatever. But based off of last year, obviously we ended second, just a couple games behind Houston. And if you're gonna, if you want my honest opinion, my honest humble opinion, I think that we can't really make this a determining factor. Although Colts probably should be the front runner for the AFC South, I cannot make that determining factor until after week 1, because we're talking about a Colts team who was 0-9-1 in week 1 games over the past 10 years. 4 out of those 10 games were against AFC South teams, with 3 of those, the last 3 years have been opened up the year against division rivals. So my point is this: we're probably going to play a division rival again. If we do, that means we got to win game 1 if we want to win the AFC South. If we're not winning the AFC South, or we're not winning game 1, it doesn't matter.
If we could just come out of the gate and just win game 1, that would be amazing. And if Colts Nation could just come out the gate and hit that like button on this video. If you haven't subscribed, you got to hit that button as well. And then I want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your thoughts. Absolutely. Let us know your comments below. Where do the Indianapolis Colts rank in 2025 within this division? First, second, third, or fourth? Keep it real. Yeah, Jamal, I kind of want to look at these teams. We always talk about the Colts. Let's talk about these other teams. So I have a biggest addition and a biggest loss for each of the AFC South teams. I mean, the Colts is probably going to be Will Fries is the biggest loss, biggest addition, of course. I don't know. You could argue Charvarius Ward. It's probably Tyler Warren. I mean, let's be honest. Tyler Warren is probably the biggest addition, at least splash signing for us, as far as additions and things like that. But let's look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I got their biggest addition as Travis Hunter. I got their biggest loss as Evan Ingram. I mean, how do we stack up against them? Because when I think about their team, I'm like, man, we got to line up against Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter twice. We got to do this twice this year. And I mean, wow, got to be one of the, potentially one of the strongest 1-2 punches in the NFL wide receiver world. And then our offense hops back on the field, and we got to see him on the outside line up against Pittman or Alec Pierce, somebody. I mean, he's gonna be locking down somebody potentially. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach because, like, I don't know. I mean, if he's like the Shohei Ohtani of the NFL, this is gonna be really bad. I mean, I know every AFC South game last season with the Colts was decided by one possession, with the majority decided by like a field goal or less. So, like, I kind of agree, Jamal. Like, we could be a front runner. I think it's depending on who you ask, and I think it depends on it because I think we're closer than we think. Even with the quarterback situation, I think we're closer than we think.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think that we should be a front runner. It just scares me because like I feel like every year on paper, Colts look pretty solid for what it's worth. Like, all right, we finally got these pieces of the puzzles, even though we know there are some holes, some gaps around the team. We always feel like, all right, we still have other pieces that can help boost their particular group and maybe make up for some of the lacks that we have in the other spots. So again, while I do feel that we should have the best, it's hard for me to sit here and say with a straight face we should be the front runners. Just because I can't sleep on the Texans. I know that Jaguars got Travis Hunter. I know he can make a crazy difference. So I'm not. I can't even say that I'm not worried about the Jags because looking historically, I mean we since 2022
we
we've
can't win
only
there.
beat them two. Yeah, we beat them two out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 games. I mean, so I can't even say that it was a guaranteed dub for us, even with our additions of Warren out there.
Well, let's talk about you talked about the Houston Texans. So I got their biggest addition is Jaden Higgins, the wide receiver out of Iowa State, and I got their biggest loss is Laramie Tunsil. So I thought trading away Tunsil was kind of crazy, given how good he is, and the offensive line was already shaky last season. Don't care how good your quarterback is. Well, I kind of do, but I don't care how good your quarterback is. If you don't have time to throw a ball, especially if you're a pocket passer, primarily, I mean, your ceiling is capped essentially. And I think we saw the Texans. I mean, even CJ Stroud himself have a little sophomore slump. So I think they have one of the best corners in the league, and Derek Stingley Jr. They're still a good team, and you're right, Jamal. I'm still worried about them, but every time we play them, it's a pretty close game, I would say, except when we steamrolled them like 2 years ago and Anthony Richardson's second game, and then he got hurt after the first quarter. But anyway, they're still a good team, but there's offensive line concerns. I think they replaced Tunsil with Cam Robinson. I don't understand that. Maybe Texans fans do. They might be able to better explain the situation, but from the lens of us, if we can win the trenches in those games, pressure Stroud, make him make mistakes. If our D Latu takes the next step up. I ain't pronouncing his name. JT Tumaloli. Well, actually, he may not even start. We got Abucom coming back, Kwity Paye. So interested to see what Anarumo is going to do with all those edge rushers and with our defensive line. But anyway, I think if we can win the trenches, Jamal, I think we can give them a hard time.
Fully agree with that. I mean, again, like you said, their offensive line is hurting this year. This is a perfect time for our defensive line to step up and show out. I mean, we have a couple players coming back into contract years for us this year with Kwity Paye. I'm sure Sampson wants to continue to play, whether that be for us, I'm not sure, but he definitely plans to be on his A game. So our defensive line hopefully should be set up for success against a team like the Texans. If we can disrupt them 100%, like you said, we should be able to contain them.
Yeah. JT Tuimoloau. That's what I'm gonna go with.
We'll take that.
Was that bad? I know a lot of commenters are killing me during the draft, man. I said the name wrong. But I suck at pronunciation sometimes. Like I said, it took me a while to get Tagovailoa. And I finally got that. So it's gonna take me a few months. Last but not least, the Tennessee Titans. Biggest addition, of course, Cam Ward. Biggest loss, I would say, their edge rusher Harold Landry. I think Titans fans have to be happy. I mean, you had the first overall pick, you got your guy. How good will Cam Ward be in his rookie season? We've seen a lot of rookie phenoms, especially last year. I mean, Jaden Daniels almost made the Super Bowl in his rookie season. Drake May looked really good without a lot going on, given the circumstances. I mean, Caleb Williams, he shined in some moments. Bo Nix, I mean, the Broncos look like they're trying to make a run now. So how good will Cam Ward be in his first season in the league? I don't think the situation's great. But situations can change very rapidly. Ward definitely has potential. He's probably one of the guys in this class that really has potential to be a franchise quarterback. I think he's an upgrade over Levis for sure. But like when I look, tit for tat, Colts versus the Titans, I think the Colts still have the edge. I think the sporting cast is better. Even with the quarterback situation, Tyler Lockett, they just added old Treylon Burks coming off injury, trash. Calvin Ridley's pretty good. I mean, our running game's better, but those three wide receivers, I'm taking ours any day. Then you add in Tyler Warren to that mix, nah, fam. O-line is probably better even without Ryan Kelly and Will Fries. Remember when y'all wanted with L'Jarius Sneed? Y'all was banging the table for him. That guy played 5 games. that guy played 5 games last season. Didn't play that well, in my opinion, and has a lawsuit against him. I don't know. Yeah, you didn't read? Did you read that news?
No.
Yeah. Someone's suing him for like $1 million because apparently him or his accomplice shot at his vehicle, his Mercedes or something. I don't know what happened, but you got a lawsuit against you.
Tragic.
Look, like I'm taking. There ain't no rankings where I'm putting the Titans higher than the Colts. It's just that simple. I know Calvin Ridley had like 130 yards on us. I don't care. He ain't having 130 on Charvarius Ward. Look, I mean, come on, bro. Like EJ Speed could have guarded Treylon Burks. Look, I mean, talk to me about the Titans, man.
All I got to say is I fully agree with everything you just said, man. I don't have anything negative to add to the Colts in regards to that. I don't. It sounds like L'Jarius Sneed was never going to be a Colt with that aggressive behavior he has on his rap sheet behind him. We only like him. We only like him clean and.
It was allegedly
over here. Allegedly, yeah, I know. We like it clean over here in Indianapolis, though. No alleged anything around here, unless you're Peyton. But no, yeah, I fully agree, man. I fully agree. Titans and Titans fans can't continue to go sit there. I am excited to see Cam Ward play. I think that it could definitely show just how dysfunctional of an organization Tennessee really may be. But I hope for Cam's sake he has a prosperous rookie season, but just not against us.
Yeah, I hope we shut him down. I hope he has like a 28 passer rating. 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. I hope we cook him. But anytime he's not playing us, I hope he has a great season. Because if we get the better win, it's like college football. I wanted Clemson as a Gamecock fan. I wanted Clemson to win every single game because when we beat him, it looked even better. So that's how I feel with that. But I would say the Colts are in a good situation here. It's a do or die for a lot of players, a lot of the front office. So we're backs against the wall, got to do something. I still think the Colts are probably. I know they're better than Titans. Jaguars are enigma right now because their ceiling seems pretty high right now because like Trevor Lawrence, if he's healthy, and he plays like the quarterback prospect he was supposed to be. I mean, with Travis Hunter, who's been compared to Odell Beckham, and then we got as a wide receiver. Then you got Brian Thomas Jr. on the other side, who I was a big fan of, right, Jamal?
Yeah.
Nah, you were a big fan of him.
That was my dog.
And then the Texans. So like, I don't know. It would be a shock if the Colts finished last in the division. But then again, would it really?
I don't know. I truly don't know because are we going to be talking about, the elephant in the room? I mean, I saw a couple articles where people were talking about could Daniel Jones get comeback player of the year this year? It just ball out for us. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to, we don't want to talk about Richardson not being on the field, but
we talked about that. We talked about that. People are like, man, Riley Leonard, like he got next. I'm like, dang, boy, there's two people. He's not even locked in for the third role, and y'all talk about him turning up like that. So, like, yeah, we have one of the craziest quarterback rooms right now because I don't know what is actually going to happen. Like, I think we talked about this on the last episode. Ballard said he projects both of them to play. I'm like, why? Like, why do you do?
I don't know, because that sounds like I can keep my job if I let both of them play.
Maybe, and maybe may the best quarterback win. I would hope it's Richardson. I would hope, just with the draft capital we spent on him and the flashes we've seen, I hope it's Richardson. He gets better. Man, if he can just get to a 60% completion, I mean, that would be a monumental positive change. But if he can get to that, I like, those one possession games, man, I feel like that's a dub. Like, hit my man on the out route 5 yards out, and we are Gucci. Like, I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Yeah, it's going to be fun leading in for the next couple of months as we watch this thing unfold. But Colts are set up in a good spot. Again, we say this all the time. On paper, it looks phenomenal. Hopefully, they can continue to get better, continue to learn. I'll be curious to see some more of these behind the Colts films, and as we get ready for a training camp and OTAs and all that other stuff, man, I can't wait to see some highlights, some footage, which we know there's always every year. There's some crazy like off-season footage that's going to pop up that ain't going to mean nothing coming.
Tyler Warren one-handed catch over two defenders, manifesting.
Exactly.
Did you see how happy they were when the Dolphins took Kenneth Grant right before them?
Yeah.
That whole room, I mean, like they hit the lottery. I mean,
boy.
They were like, everybody was in there just.
Got my job safe, baby.
Boy. That was crazy. I did watch part of the behind the scenes. I haven't finished it yet, but I saw that. I was like, wow, okay. Y'all were praying for that, and it happened.
Oh,
so
100% were.
I'm happy for it. Yeah, I'm here for it. Hey, maybe we get Jacoby Brissett back. I know you be.
I mean, bring him back. Add more competition. Y'all. It's so funny.
Ready to blow your shit.
You want me to name? Here? No, here we go. Just to make everybody happy. Just make sure we talk about everybody real quick. So the quarterbacks who've been here during this Chris Ballard regime: Joe Flacco, Jacoby Brissett, Carson Wentz, Phillip Rivers, Andrew Luck, Gardner Minshew, Matt Ryan, Anthony Richardson, Sam Ehlinger, Nick Foles, Brian Hoyer, Scott Tolzien, and of course now we know Riley Leonard and Daniel Jones. I mean, I'm just naming the names. I'm just naming the facts. I'm not saying anybody's better than anybody, anybody's worse than anybody. I'm just naming the names that have been under this regime.
Did you boo Andrew Luck?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. Answer.
I had to think. That was like 6 years ago or 10 years ago. I don't know. I had to think for a second, but no, I didn't because I just spent all that money on his jersey. Man, no, it's crazy.
People burned his jersey, but that's neither here nor there. This is AFC South episode.
Yeah, just saying that there are a lot of quarterbacks. That's all. A lot of quarterbacks. That's all I got.
A lot. Hey, guys, if you've gotten this far, let us know what you think below. Let us know what you thought about our thoughts, and we got more content coming in the off season. Schedule's coming. Got some other things coming. That's gonna be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We're live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts, and we'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Y'all take care.
Take it easy.